Every
Hey,
fucking
everybody. This meeting's being recorded again.
yeah,
Woo!
we're doing it.
Welcome.
Good.
Welcome, all of you who are listening, watching, well, whatever you're doing. Welcome to another episode of This is the Future.
Unfucking fortunately.
That's right. We've augmented the name, made it longer for you guys to enjoy.
Absolutely. Goddamn lootly.
And it sounds like I just started smoking again. I just smoked a joint last night, not cigarettes, but it sounds like I've been smoking a carton again like I used to.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that's a sign. It means you need to get back on it.
Yeah. So eventually I can do this.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Dude, when I was in Florida, I don't know, I didn't see them. I just heard them in a crowd. I just heard, watch where the fuck you're going. And I was like, who the fuck said that, man?
you heard that? Someone said, "Watch where the fuck you're going." I think if you got one of those, you could kind of say whatever you want, probably. I mean,
I would try every phrase just to see what sound, what really worked with that machine,
right.
with
Well,
that device.
I remember when I was a little kid, me and my cousin, we would go visit my grandparents in Albany Albany, Oregon.
Yeah.
It's a shithole, but we used to go there, and that's where my cousin lived. And every time we went there, I'd hang out with him. Like we were kind of he was like a year older than me, so we were like roughly the same age, and he was like the bad kid, and I was like the scared kid, and scared to do anything,
Right.
and like he would always like, you know, show me and teach me like how to do like bad shit, bad boy stuff. And one time, and not one time, but we'd always make M80s, like Whistling Pete bombs, especially around the 4th of July. Take a bunch of Whistling Pete's,
Yeah.
those fireworks. And what he would do is he'd take them, he'd pound out half the powder, and then put rocks, and then tape it really tight with like duct tape or electrical tape or something, and tape like 4 or 5 of them together. And this one time, there was an apartment complex across the street from my grandparents' house, and we went over there, kind of snuck in, taped 4 or 5 of them together that were already taped themselves with rocks in them, and we put it in a metal garbage can, lit it on fire. But we didn't know it was this very overweight gentleman's next to his his apartment. Like it was right next to his fucking door. Like the trash can was. Big fat guy. He's probably not with us anymore. Let's just say that. And he had one of those. Hey, what the fuck? One of those fucking things. And he was a big guy. Had a mullet. Never wore shoes. It was gross. And we set it in his fucking garbage can and blew it the fuck up. Like it was bad. And he came running after us, like, get back here, you fucking kids. So that's what I think of when I hear someone talk about one of those.
I love that it impacted you so much that you still have a description of the gentleman in your mind.
Never forget him.
That's fucking great. Sounds like some when you were talking about someone, like you're the good one, it reminded me of that. I've probably made this reference before, but the movie The Good Son.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you seen it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And not everybody knows that Macaulay Culkin had a dark side before the end of his career. I
Right.
think that was his last big movie, but still to
Yeah.
this day, I just wish someone would ask me if I wanted to go play with them and Mr. Highway. Just once. I'd like to see someone just do any not I don't really want to see it because it's fucked up, but the fact they threw a mannequin over a highway bridge onto the interstate, that's just clever shit. I mean, this was before this was before the internet. So
Yeah.
this was something that someone pulled from a personal experience.
Before the internet, kids got in trouble. We did all sorts of shit, man.
I know, but we didn't share it. So all just from genuine thought or asshole friends and family, like who comes up with that idea?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure there's kids doing that same sort of shit, like, but they're probably filming it and putting it on their Facebook and getting in trouble. Because we used to push. I say I was the good kid. That just means I was afraid. I was like
Right.
scared to do certain things, but I always hung out with people that did. So always like we pushed refrigerators, washers, dryers, TVs, entertainment centers off bridges, blew fucking like used to put bullets on the train tracks and then wait for the train to come and then hide.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was white trash.
Dude, the way you said refrigerator reminded me of that 80s tune. We got refrigerators, a
Yeah,
TV.
I don't know what happened. I think something almost shut down for a second. I think I almost was like
Refrigerator.
I didn't mean to say it like that.
You got some sass.
It just happened. I don't know. I don't usually talk that cool.
Alex is sassy today.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
So
it's
what's
funny.
up? How's it going?
Oh, it's good, man. Today was cool. Yesterday was a crazy day, man. I put a bunch into one day. Went to the gym, rolled a brand new, wow, Jesus. Lucy liked literature.
Refrigerator right
I
off.
rode I rode a roller coaster,
No
brand
shit. You never
new.
do that.
Huh?
No shit. You never do that.
Mm-mm. This is I rode the devil, man. It's called the Jersey Devil. I rode the devil.
Yeah.
That's what you do on your day off. It was one of these special things where they sent out a thing and they're like, hey, if you have a season pass, this is the first time you'll ever have a reason to have a season pass. You can go early and ride this ride if you have this pass.
Right.
So I went and everybody else was there. But I'll tell you what I dig about rides, or just rides that break down. I've realized this about myself. I like being in line for rides that break down. When you're in the line, I like that, because for me, it's to see how long someone really wants something, or watch them complain, or see how long it takes them to fold. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do. You're not allowed to take your phone in there. You can't take a pack of cigarettes in there with you anymore in line. You can't take a thing of mints. You can't take mints in line. So I had nothing to do except watch people just give up. And I just love that, because I'm behind them in line, and to watch them say, fuck this, it's breaking down, I'm not going to ride it, blah, blah, blah. And then they leave, and then you move closer, and then you move closer, and then you move closer, and then you look back, and they're in line again. And you're like, it's just, I like that shit. That's all I had to do. Yeah, I went by myself. That's what you do when you go to theme park by yourself.
Right.
You come up with clever shit and watch people get upset. And it's
How
fun.
come they won't let you take
My
have shit in
minutes.
your pocket?
I was pissed. I was actually pissed off about that, because I'm not spending $7 on a bottle of water, but mints will provide enough saliva to stand in the hot ass sun for an hour and a half while you get on a ride.
Right.
It's an old trick I figured out. I'm a smart guy.
Yeah,
So I had to
Great.
leave my mints behind. But see, I'm a fucking baby. I'm a big baby. I haven't gotten any better. I've realized that, because when I came back out, I was on a mission, and I was like, where's my mints? And the security goes like, whoa. I said, where's my mints? You moved the trash can. My mints are on top of the trash can. Where's the fucking mints? And he was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then I found him over there on top of the water cooler. Everything had been moved. And
Right.
I picked him up, and they're like, oh, that's what he was looking for, is stupid mints. And I was looking at him, and I'm like, and I just threw him right in the trash can right in front of him and walked away. I'm not really sure why I did that.
You didn't trust them? Maybe they did
I
something?
kind of figured, I was like, these motherfuckers probably spit. I don't know. I'm not, that's probably not nice, but at the same time, how do I know? They're an open thing of mints. Who knows? So I did throw them in the trash, but I'll be honest with you, I threw them at the trash. They hit the ground, so I lost all my fucking cool points. I had to, it's like Sonic when you hit a spike. It's like all my coins fell out of my pocket. Yeah. So then I pick up my mints and I throw them. Fucker.
So you threw your fucking mints at the and it just exploded everywhere?
No. I was 2 feet away. I threw them right at the big fucking hole in the trash can. They missed. They hit the can, fell on the ground. You know, everyone who shouldn't have saw it, those guys. So I picked up my courage coins and my mints, and I could put them right in there that time. It's like walking up to the 50 on skee ball and just putting it in the hole. So, but I had no pride left at that point. So
Right.
I had to ride another ride. And then here's the funny thing. I've never ridden roller coasters by myself 100%. Like just be there by myself. So, you know, I've seen dudes doing that, and it looks weird. But so I'm sure I looked weird. So I'm on a fucking coaster in the back row, and it's a four seats, and I'm the only one in the row,
Right.
which is fine. It's actually kind of fun. But this is one of those things where everyone has to push their seat thing down at the same time or it doesn't unlock.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they keep telling you because there's a fast moving ride. They're like, when you get in the station, like push down, pull up, push down, pull up. Everyone at the same time. Everyone at the same time. I'm back here like, come on, everybody who isn't there, push, push, push. And there's nobody there. So like, and everyone's getting off and everyone's getting on. And I'm like, fuck, like, I can't get out. And there's 4 people who want to get on. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to ride with these guys. I got to get out. And so the guy, I'm like, help. And the dude comes around and he's trying to be cool. He walks up, he's like, he pushes on the one next to him. He's like, go ahead, we're good. And I'm like, and then both of us, him and his khakis and his fucking shirt, and we're just like, and he can't get it. So then another one comes around and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is so embarrassing. And finally, everybody there was like, look at this guy who came by himself because he has no friends. He can't get out of the back row.
I wish I could go to a theme park with you like that, but not
ride.
But like not let you know I'm there, just so I could see you be a maniac by yourself. Like
I felt like I should have been wearing a fanny pack.
Yeah.
I do. And I felt like I should have been talking to the other people who were there for opening day who didn't bring anyone with them either. But I couldn't. I didn't want to. Because I was like, that's not me. It's kind of like in Wayne's World when he's in the backstage area and they see all the other nerds and they're like, yeah, that's not us. That's not us. That's how I felt. I was like, fuck this. That's not me. I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm auditing this ride. That's what I'm here for. I'm being paid.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what I did yesterday. And I saw A Quiet Place too, which was
how was that?
That's actually not bad. I'd recommend it. I don't usually jump in movies. It got me like 4 or 5 times. So if you would like to get scared, it was great.
The first one was fucking great.
They're already making the 3rd one. It'll be out next year. It is good. The 2nd one was honestly good movie.
Like just as good as the first one?
Yeah, I actually didn't see the first one since I saw it in the theater. So it took me a few minutes. Yeah, hell yeah. They get to talk more in this one, which is cool. Because when you're in the movies and you're eating your snacks and shit, you know how you try to be, it's a quiet movie, so you don't want to make any noise.
You're like
right. And I'm over here like so it's more fun, I missed my snacks. I haven't paid $7 for a bag of snacks in a long time. It was great.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
Yeah, man, blow money on nothing.
Right.
Good movie though.
So yeah, you went to the movie theater, man. That's a big deal.
Is it?
Well, fuck, man, I haven't been to a movie in way over a year.
Well, we move faster over here, Alex.
That's cool. Like, what's the mask mandate thing?
They're gone.
So you didn't even wear a mask, huh?
No. The mandate is right now. It just says, we recommend if you have the vaccine that you should probably wear a mask, but it's up to you.
So if you don't have a vaccine, you don't have to wear a mask.
No, it's just a recommendation. It's not enforced.
Huh.
You can't. I mean, technically speaking, you can't enforce that. You can only encourage it. So
right. Well, here you don't have. They lifted it, but everyone does wear a mask.
Right.
And mainly because businesses, any business, I would say 99% of the businesses here are still making you do it. Like if you want to come in, you have to wear a mask.
I guess I do get that, but if it's a restaurant, can't you take them off at the table?
Yeah, of course. You take them off when you're eating, but when you're up and walking around and stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah, whatever.
So last night, I walked home last night from work late last night around 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably like a 3 or 4 mile walk or whatever. It's a nice walk. Got headphones in. It's it's nice weather. It was actually pretty fun. And there's a bar close to my house, probably like 3 or 4 blocks from my house. And I was walking by. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go have a quick drink, just for the fuck of it. I walked in, looked around. I put on a mask before I walked in, and no one was wearing a mask. I'm like, okay. bartenders weren't wearing a mask, and the bartender came up to me and said, "Hey, do you have your vaccine card?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't have it." He's like, "Do you have a picture of it?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have that." And he's like, "Well, we're only allowing people in the bar that has had their vaccine and that can prove it." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I got vaccinated, but I'm not gonna argue with you. I don't care." I was like, "I'll leave." And then I was walking out, and I was like, "Oh, that's why no one had a mask on, is because that's what they're doing. Is like, if you want to come in, you have to have proof that you've been vaccinated."
Yeah, I figured some states were gonna do that, but they're not gonna play that shit here. They're dropping the mandate on July 1st. Do what you want.
Hey, man, to each their own. Everyone
Yeah,
do their.
exactly.
I don't have enough. I don't have an opinion on it. I don't care.
Nope. I think most people are not bringing that up and are just honestly, if everyone was secretly just people just happy that shit's being turned back on. We're sorting the fucking economy out. People are getting their ass back to work. Yeah, there's still a virus around, but you know, things are being turned back on. And
Yeah.
this is a capitalist country, so money talks and bullshit walks at the end of the day.
That's the
Take
thing.
care of yourselves.
Yeah, that's the thing is, things are happening. Things are rolling forward. Whether
Yep.
or not you agree with whatever,
Right.
they're happening.
Yeah, it's not
It's going to be the
that's
way it's
that
going to be.
well, I mean that at the end of the day, it always was. I mean, it's a shame they had to enforce it, but at the end of the day, it is all a fucking choice. It's crazy that everything got shut down for as long as it did. I'm glad that things you're being brought back to life.
Right.
Everybody needs to shake the fucking rust out. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, it's cool that they're doing that over there. That's great. If that's, what people want to do, rock on, man. But I mean, I went down to Florida and I was just like, put my mask on. It's like, this is fucking crazy. I'm getting nervous.
You wear a mask no matter what in Florida.
I will always
COVID
wear
or
a
not.
mask in Florida.
Fuck, we're in a fucking bubble in Florida.
And I called this shit, and this just isn't just in Florida, but I always said, people are going to take this mask thing, they're going to make a lot of money on it, it's going to get ridiculous. But the one thing that always fucked me up was the clear shield. That always got me wherever I saw that. And I even seen them around here where people had like gold jewelry on their shield, and I'm like, damn. What do you do with that? If you spent money, let's just say you spent $400 on a platinum face sheet, I don't know, whatever. There's
Right.
nothing else you can do with that. What do you do with that? No one's gonna buy. I'm not buying it. I don't. It's used. Number one. Number two. There's no reason. There's no need for it. So I don't know. Like, is it Halloween? Like, you scare people with it?
You set it on the shelf and you go, remember this time in our lives? That's what you do, I guess.
I wonder, like, mentally, like, people are still like trying to figure out if that actually, like me, I'm still trying to figure out if it happened or not. It kind of feels like a dream.
Right.
It's like, this is weird. And now it's all getting turned back on again. It's like the world's getting turned back on, but we all feel like there's something happened. You know what I mean? Something's off or different. I think people are a little bit more tame. It's just that, and what I really hate is having my own original thoughts and then watching television with commercials. And then they say, now that the pandemic's over, we've all changed. We've all learned things about ourselves. We've slowed down. We've learned to appreciate each day. Drink Coke. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You just can't help yourself, can you?
It's another thing to try to fucking sell something.
And you're going to have all these COVID statistics. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like,
Yeah,
oh, whatever. Anyway, we're on to the next fucking mess. Whatever else we're gonna deal with.
Yeah. No, something else will happen.
Oh yeah, it's probably not quite that spicy, but hopefully we can get a few
Oh.
days off before the next scary thing happens.
Besides Trump and all that horse shit,
Yeah.
before the election, do you remember the big thing? At least, I don't know if it was, now that I say it, I don't know if it was nationwide, but the big thing, at least in Portland,
Yeah.
was plastic straws.
Oh, are we back to that, or are you just saying that was the last big thing?
That was the last big thing. That was the last big thing besides Trump shit. before COVID, that was the big thing that everyone was fucking up in arms about it. The turtles, the turtles, the turtles. And then I like when the fucking when COVID hit, everyone I think everyone was like, well, wait, what the fuck's a turtle? You know, who gives a fucking shit? And then
Well,
now,
yeah, of
and
all
then
the people
now,
that
like,
were, I remember somebody once or twice through the whole pandemic. I do remember someone saying something about a paper straw. You know,
yeah,
like someone's like, "Oh, a paper straw," and I'm like, "Whatever. We don't have a mask on right now. Drink up." You know, it's like, yeah, we care about the environment, but it all comes back to numero uno first, our own
Mhm.
personal comfort. It's like, yeah, straws suck, but I'm not wearing a mask right now, so suck it up. That was the only way you could get a break in a public place was if you were drinking a beverage. And when I was in Universal it was weird. It was the end of it, but it says, if you're drinking, this is what fucked me up. It said, if you're drinking a beverage, stop. What it should have said was, if you're walking and drinking a beverage, stop. And maybe it did, but the way I read it was, if you're drinking a beverage, stop. And I was like, well,
why
that's
does
not going to that's you're going to make a lot of money doing that. And my mom was like, I think they mean if you are drinking a beverage, you need to stop and put and not. I'm like,
but why?
in all this fucking people traffic, like you're just gonna stop
Wait,
and drink your.
I don't get it. Why are they telling you not to drink and walk?
I don't understand. I really didn't understand that either. But it did say if you're drinking and walking, stop. I was like, stop drinking and walking, or stop to whatever. Like they made too many signs. It got out of hand. I
I
was like,
just
that.
wonder why that's a thing. Like, what is behind that? Like, are you gonna
Yeah.
fall?
What?
For your safety. It's your safety. Like, like,
No. I'm gonna stab myself in the back of the throat with a paper straw.
hey, you
I'll just
might
set it on
fall. And
fire
then
and it'll
you're
melt. It'll be
fine. Like,
fine.
you might fucking turn into a turtle and fucking get stuck in your nose. You know?
Well, that's one thing I really hope that we can get away from now on is like just the signs and the rules and the crazy shit. It's like, all right, all right, all right, all right. You can stop. You know what I mean? Like I don't need all this shit up there. I
Right.
mean, no one was looking at him anyway. Like no one really gave a shit. It was just kind of fun. It was like going through a sign museum. It was just like, oh, that's a neat sign. I'm not gonna do that, but that's cool. It's just signs everywhere. I don't want to see any more signs about nothing, not even a stop sign. No signs for a while. I just want to see what people have learned to this point with no signage. None. Nothing about safety or what you should be doing. Just figure it out because stop signs around here, no one fucking uses them. It doesn't matter. It's a roll and go. Whoop, see a pig? Nope, keep going. That's it, man. It's a roll and go. So I just don't get it. I want to see no signs for a while. I think we've learned a lot. I think that should be the next thing, the no sign movement, just for a couple of years.
Here's your sign.
Yeah, just one sign, no signs.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a
Fuck a
dreamer,
sign.
Alex. I like a little chaos.
Fuck
You
a
know,
sign.
I just think that's what I like to do. I like to hang out at intersections at night and watch how many people roll through them and how fast they go. Some people hit the gas when they get near a stop sign. It's like, vroom, like whoa.
Stop just means hurry the fuck up. That's all.
Around here, it does.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So is the whole state doing the card? Do you know?
No, no one, not,
It's not a mandate or
no,
anything.
it's not a mandate, just certain places are.
That's clever. That's cool.
And I don't know about any place. That's the only place in Portland that I've seen that, but I've heard there's other bars in town that are doing that are I know one bar that is doing this where they have a bouncer at the door and they ID you. They look at your ID and they go, okay, whatever. And then they go, do you have your vaccine card? And if you say no, you have to wear a mask. If you say I haven't, and you can prove it that it's you and that that's your card, then they give you a wristband,
Right.
and then you could go in that without a mask. But they're still allowing people in with masks and without.
Okay.
But it's like if you
So
don't have your vaccine card, you have to wear a mask. If you don't, I mean, if you do, then yeah.
so July 1st or something like that, they're dropping the mandate in the whole state for masks. Have they
I
already
think
done that in Oregon?
I think they're doing that here. Yeah,
Right,
they're
soon,
they're going to do that at the beginning of
July.
yeah.
Right. So if they do that, then that still means that it's up to the business.
Yeah,
Cool. That's
the
nice,
business.
man. That's good. As it should be. It's your
You're,
business.
you're a business. You can do whatever you want.
You should. Yeah, damn right.
You
Pay
could say
taxes.
only people with green T-shirts with stars on them are allowed in, or whatever. You know, you can do whatever you want. You're a business. You know, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
That's cool, man.
uh,
So how was your week?
it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Pretty relaxing. One memorable thing, I watched a comedy special, a new one on Netflix from Bo Burnham. You know who
Oh, I saw that. I didn't check it out yet. Is it good?
It's called Inside, and
Yep.
it is probably the best piece of anything of art or whatever I've ever seen.
Jesus.
It's very, very good. And I'm not a big Bo Burnham fan. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not a fan. I was
Right.
just kind of like a guy that was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Um, um, yeah, fucking good, man, real good.
I always
He,
thought he was really clever. Like the shit he
yeah,
said. I
yeah,
saw one of his things. Really fucking really smart.
yeah, he's a smart guy. It's like Weird Al style, you know. He sings, singing funny songs,
Yeah.
and it's it's definitely worth, you know, an hour and 20 minutes of your time. It is great. Um
Cool. So
uh
what's the name again? It's Bo
it's called
Burnham's Inside.
Inside, yeah. And
Cool.
a little bit about it, like it'll tell you this in the preview, but like he does everything himself.
Right.
It's not live, and he let's just say this, he's recording it in a room, and he's doing everything himself. What I mean
Nice.
by that, there's no crew. There's
Right.
nothing. It's just him. And it is thoroughly good. It's like it's all about what happened last year. It's all about
Right.
everything that's
That's why it's the
and
preview. So
more and more. It's worth it. You
right
could
on,
at
man.
at least, I think someone could at least appreciate it in a way where, wow, you did this yourself, you know?
Right.
Like it's, yeah. I'm trying not to give a whole lot away, but I'm excited about it at the same
Well,
time.
we've always something that you and I learned a long time ago when we started trying to advertise comedy shows. Word of mouth is the number one advertisement ever, in my opinion.
Right.
So that's why I said it's nice to just give a shout out to those of you who listen. Check it out. If you haven't heard of Bo Burnham, I have. We've both seen him before. Like Alex just said, kind of like a modern Weird Al. Um, very, very clever, very smart shit. Honestly, half the stuff he says, I know I missed when I was in my in high school. Like that's the shit, the information they were giving out. And I'm like, wait, how many states are in this country? What? Just shit like that. I don't know. The guy was pretty intelligent. So, yeah, if you have a brain, you probably get it. I don't know. I got
Well,
about half. The one I saw, it was just so fast and so much stuff he was talking about, like historical events, and I'm just like, fuck, I should rewind this and pay attention. And he's trying to be funny.
when did you watch that?
I got into comedy at least 10 years ago.
Okay. Um, yeah, see, and the thing is, he's really young. Like he just turned
Yeah.
30. Just
30.
turned, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the picture. He looks grizzly and everything. Like he's been in, like the idea of him being in the house for a long time.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's just something that I've seen it twice now, and
Oh, right on.
it's not necessarily my style of comedy, but I think it's important to watch. I'll just say that.
Fair enough. Well, if you're looking for something to watch, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Check out Bo Burnham Inside.
Inside, yep.
How's
Yeah.
the real quick? How's the doggo?
Oh, thanks for asking. She's doing good. It's yeah, she's kind of almost normal. She gets her staples out tomorrow.
So is that the end of cone life?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like staples are out back to normal, or if it's like there's still a bit of a healing process, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Because what they do is they sew it up, and then they like like grab excess and then staple it up. So like they do, yeah. So like it's like she's like double, you know, sealed up. So we'll see.
Cool,
But
man. It's like a
the hardest
sandwich
thing
bag.
is, yeah, exactly, fresh.
Yuck.
I know, right? The hardest thing is she has a lot of energy, but like we've been told by the vet to like not let her do much, you know,
Right.
like
Sure.
and like you could tell she's got fucking energy. Like she took a poop and then just started sprinting in circles, like running like figure eights, and I'm like, stop fucking moving. Like
Yep.
it's like she hasn't done a whole lot, so she's all this built up energy. And the other night, like late night, like 11, 12, I was watching TV and I looked over and she's just like spinning in circles, like chasing her tail. And I'm like, I feel bad because usually she gets exercise a lot, walks like 2 or 3 times a day, plays ball, does
Right.
sprints. Like she gets out and does things, but like we were told not to. So we have to keep her energy levels down. But like she's like, I don't give a fuck about staples. Like I want to do shit. So she's just spinning in circles. Like, and I'm like, fuck. But it's funny the way she like I hate to laugh at like because I know it's like when a dog chases their tail, that means they're anxious or they have like a lot of like energy.
Right.
But she was doing this thing where like she would wag. She has a big like a long tail, so she was wagging her tail like this, and she'd see it behind her, and she'd be like, ha, like it was like she was like, "Fuck, you want some? You want some of this shit?" Like it would wag this way. She'd look over and wag this way. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, huh?" It's like she didn't know it was her tail. It'd come into her own vision.
Oh my God. That's funny. I always wondered about that. Like, they know that it's their tail, right? So they fuck with it for fun.
Yeah,
Like, it's just like it's an old friend. I don't know. I always wonder. I really do wonder the animal's relationship to their tail,
I know.
especially cats and dogs, especially dogs, because dogs really take an active interest in it. You
Yeah,
know, cats kind of do it as if the real thing starts going, it means they're about to bite you or a bird. They have a plan. But dogs, it's more like I'm excited. I'm gonna bite it. But yeah, but it's yours. Like I know. That's why I can bite it. I'm like okay. Like,
it's
I
yours.
have
Man.
I
It's
have
like,
to share a dog related story that I heard today as I was getting my hair cut. Um, the owner of the barbershop, I'm getting my hair cut by someone else, and the owner of the barbershop's on the phone. And this is very popular for the area.
yeah,
That even though you are there as a patron getting something done, if it's an independent business, especially, nobody gives a shit. So she's on the phone talking to somebody, and I can hear, and the barber can hear, and she's like, I'm telling you, it's just gonna stink like shit again. They need to start cleaning up that fucking dog shit. It stinks to high fucking hell, and that bitch knows it. That and it's just going off, and I'm just like, what is going on? And she's like, it's 110 degrees outside. Anything's gonna smell like hot shit the rest of the summer. And I'm just like, whoa, whoa. So then finally I'm laughing, right? And the chick cut my hair is laughing, which is why it looks so good. And she's just like, ah, I'm like, oh God, this is great. So finally the woman on the phone stops and she's like, and I'm chuckling. She knows she has an audience. So she slows down and she tells us the story. And she
right.
says, all right, she's like, we have, this is a very local thing to say. So we have a house at the shore, the Jersey Shore, and
Okay.
we live across the street from the dog park. And I'm just like, okay. And she's like, and here's the fucking problem. No one cleans up their shit. She's like, in the beginning of the summer, everybody comes by and takes their dog and they shit and they shit and they shit and nobody fucking cleans it up. And then come fucking August, it's fucking hot. And then the shit, it's stinking now. 3 months of heat, it stinks to high fucking hell. And who wants to leave and go home from the beach in August? Not me. So here's what we did. And then she goes into this whole other thing. She's like, we got a camera and we found out exactly who was doing it. And she says, guess who did it? And I'm like, how am I possibly going to get this right? And she's like, the neighbors, it's the fucking neighbors. Our neighbors are the cocksuckers. That I'm just like, Jesus. Oh, it was great. The best haircut I ever had. And she's just going off and off. And finally, she says, so my dad goes across the street and she tells the parents weren't home. They have on the camera the neighbor's dog right next door. The kid takes the dog across the street. The dog takes a shit. They don't clean it up. They come back home.
Right.
They do it every day. And other people do it too because it's New Jersey and who gives a shit? No pun intended. So in any case, they care because they can smell the shit. No one would care if there wasn't a shit smell come August, but there is, so they care. In any case, she says, so my dad goes next door and the parents aren't home. So she finds she's like, some 21-year-old piece of trash answers the door. And I'm just like, oh, God. And she's like, so they're going back and forth. And and her dad tells the girl, she's like, listen, you just need to pick up the shit. Then this is the funny part. She's like, here's the best part. They got a metal frame with dog shit bags hanging from it. And no one, I'm like, yeah, all you do is put your hand in the bag, pick up the shit, and move on with your life. Even me, who watches people's dogs, does that. It's not a problem.
Right.
The 21-year-old girl says, she says to the dad, to the neighbor or whatever, she says, well, a lot of the times he's got the shits and I just ain't scooping that up with my freaking fingers. He's like, you'll scoop that shit up. Like they were just going back and forth. And I said, I said, I don't know, man. I said, that's fucked up. I said, but I'll tell you what you need. You need a couple of Oregonians in your neighborhood because that would never fucking happen. There would always be someone there. No shit. Honestly, there would always be someone there like, you forgot that. They would say that in Oregon. I love that. I love that. They'll call you the fuck out when it comes to cleaning up after your pet or treating the environment like shit. They're on you. Always have been. Other things they'll put up with, but those two things, they do not fuck around. Oh. And I was like, you just need an Oregonian to stand there and be like, pick up your shit. Wearing Birkenstocks, looking very environmental, and just say something like that all the time. It would be great. Right. Or just have a picture of an Oregonian, like someone you want to be, like someone you aspire to be. With 2 bags of shit in each hand, being like, I'm doing it, you're doing it too. That kind of thing, The world, Jersey doesn't need to smell like shit. And now I know why. Because come August, all the dog shit in New Jersey is baking, which is disgusting. Oh. I finally figured it out why Jersey smells like shit. There we go.
Because it's literal shit.
Yeah, it's a real
hot
thing.
Shit in this, like shit in the sun. Yeah.
Oh my God. That was fuck. That was great. I was so stoned for that too. It was weird. I realized, like, when I got after that, I went to the gym and I was like, fuck, I just got my hair cut. And then I'm like in the mirror and I was getting paranoid because I'm looking at my eyes and they're really red. And so I'm like trying not to look at the mirror as I'm working out. So I'm like looking down. It was like, but there was a mirror on each side. So I just go, I was getting really paranoid. So I turned around and then I'm facing the whole gym as I work out. So I'm like, fuck, that's not right. I just started looking down.
That's the thing. It's like you start thinking about it too much. Like it's like going in your brain.
Right. Oh man, it was a fun day. It really was. It was a real hoot. But yeah. And to that point, I would we'll talk. We're still trying to figure out when our anniversary is.
I think we figured it out though.
Okay, so what did we decide?
You know what? Here's the thing. I think we figured out enough just to say it's today?
It's today.
Today. Happy birthday to this.
Today's the day. Today is our birthday. Today we've done it. We've done a year of shows. Thank you very much for watching.
Happy birthday. All right.
There. That's it. That's our birthday.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we've come a long way. Change what we do a little bit. We still do the what we just did, and we still do music. And I think this one was actually felt a little bit like work, the album this week, just a little bit. I felt like we were doing what we said we were gonna do. Yep. Would you like to tell them what we listened to?
We listened to Five Finger Death Punch's newest album, Fate.
Yes. Yes, we did. we did. We really did. I know.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
It was work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time listening to it. I'll just be honest. Not being rude. Thank you for suggesting it, and thank you for being a part of the show. I we both appreciate it, and I personally do too. But
Yes.
whew, mhm. That was
It's
yeah. That was something. There are things that I appreciated about it, and I'll start with that. Um, the music, there, I gotta say, there was some good musicianship in it. Like,
yes.
I feel like the drummer was he's a good drummer, and I feel like the band themselves, although it wasn't it's not my favorite kind of like metal or hard rock, but I feel like they are good at playing their instruments. They're not
Right.
they're not just a phoned in band. I feel like they're actually decent at playing the kind of music they're playing. The
Right.
thing that I had a few things that were hard for me about this band and this album. About the album, it was the hard things that were hard for me were the vocals. I like melodic metal, but there's a difference between pitches and vocal styles that I can't stand. Like, we did that band Gojira one time,
Yeah.
and they're melodic, but it's a different kind of melodic. This is like radio style,
Yes.
like
Very clean.
clean, real clean. Like, it's like they're like trying to do like a disturbed, like the band Disturbed,
Oh
like
yeah. Oh yeah. It reminded me of them and Mudvayne. Yeah.
yeah, like that Mudvayne and Godsmack,
Right.
like new Slipknot, like that kind
Yep.
of like the band Mushroom Head. It really reminded me of that band Mushroom Head. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll say it right off the top, like, it definitely isn't my cup of tea, but I like the musicianship. I thought they, trying to take something positive away from it, I think they're good musicians. But the vocal style I just can't do, and I can't look at the singer, Ivan. I can't look at him.
What's wrong?
That fucking face paint with the hand thing, and where's the glove with the middle finger missing so he could do that. Like, and and this is another thing about the band. And again, I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but I feel like a lot of their music is kind of dedicated to people who have served in the military,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that's okay, but I feel like they're pandering, and that's the thing I had a little bit of a problem with. Is I'm cool with things that are for for uh for vets and for the troops and everything like that, because I feel like, you included, like, you all did, if you like it or not, people have laid down their lives so we could have certain freedoms. That's just how it is, and I truly believe that. But I feel like I don't like it when anybody tries to pander to any certain group of individual. And I feel like that's kind of their MO as a band, a little bit, in my opinion. I could be wrong,
I,
but
I think you kind of picked up on something that I couldn't quite put my finger on, but I don't they may actually have. I did some research on them, but I'm pretty sure their songs were in an army commercial. You
mhm,
know what I mean? Like that, you're 100% on the money. This is for my opinion, there's nothing wrong with this, but this is just how I would label it. This is corporate metal.
yeah, yeah,
This is on purpose. This was and that's great. I'm really not banging on it because when I lived here before I moved out west, I gobbled all this shit up. That's God's honest truth. Metallica, Limp Bizkit, Mudvayne. I went to the shows. Like that's what I was into. I just got out of the fucking military. I
right,
drove trucks. I smoked cigarettes. You know, I mean, that's just whatever. You know, you're mad, you're angry, and you can understand the lyrics. That used to be my biggest thing. I used to say, I don't want to hear this shit if I can't understand the lyrics. And I still feel that way, but I found a shitload of bands that either blend that line or also you can hear the lyrics that are not super mainstream. and it doesn't mind. I don't mind if they're mainstream, but if you're that fucking mainstream, if you're that big, you do have to go for a target audience. You have to have something to where you can make 6 gold records in a row. These guys have made 6 gold records in a row, 3 of which went platinum. That doesn't just happen.
Right.
You've got to have some marketing behind you. I mean, honestly, I mean, they have 30 million followers on Spotify, like 30 million fucking people. That's a lot of fucking people. And that's cool. I mean, it's awesome. I had to work out to it. I couldn't do anything else to it. I had to work out. And the first time I did it yesterday, I'll be honest with you, I don't listen to that kind of music anymore. I have a cousin of mine who does. And he's like, and he knows I used to listen to it. And he's like, have you heard this new one? Or you heard that? And I'm like, you know, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like, I'm not going to listen. I'm not into that anymore. But I listened to it at the gym yesterday, and I immediately dove into something else because that's just, I was craving something else. But today, I did the fucking music, and honestly, I got in a hell of a workout. I don't know if I was mad because of the music or what, but I got it done. I sweated my ass off. I had one of the best workouts I've ever had, and it probably was because it was just like, and I have a chorus line in my head. I don't even know what it is. I just hear it, you know, it's like really loud in my head right now. I'm just like, yeah, I have to wash that out later. But it's not bad. And honestly, I kind of felt like, yeah, these guys are huge. They're fucking massive. I've been living under the table, listening to music in my headphones, like staying away from that. I had no fucking idea these guys. They're fucking Metallica. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
huge.
they
They're
sell out
goddamn huge.
arena.
Millions of people listen to these guys, and they say, I mean, listen, there's a couple of hooks in there that I liked. Though I always wanted to be the brightest fucking porn star. I was like, that's pretty fucking clever. I like that line. There was a couple of good hooks in there. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like they're bad musicians, but it's just not me. I just, for one reason or another, it's just not me. There's so many other shit. Like I like the Melvins. I like all this other stuff, just different, weird, or not. You can't explain the Melvin. You can explain this shit. Like pretty much. Everyone is pretty obvious. He either got his heart broken or, whatever's going on. I
Right.
saw a couple of war documentaries where these guys are in tanks, like shooting the big gun and shit. And they're listening to these kind of bands. They're like, this is fighting music. I mean, literally, this is the soundtrack for a war in a lot of situations. This is what you listen to in order to get pumped the fuck up about America and all that.
Right.
And I dig that, but I don't get that pumped up about America. And it's cool. But they
See,
play their ass off. If you turn the fucking vocals off, I don't like the singing, and I don't like the like, no. Stop. Just get mad and then play your ass off. That's cool. But
I was okay with the music. I thought they were good musicians, but and you said that they were in some commercials for.
yeah, they've been. I mean, they
arms.
actually I wrote down a bunch of shit, but there was something I saw where they were actually mentioned by the military. What was the what probably what did I say? But this was what was weird. I didn't understand this. They had 6 gold records, 3 went platinum.
Mhm.
And somebody rated them this new album, or they got rated indie album of the year 4 times. That part I needed translated. Because is that indie mean independent? Like that's all that means?
Well, it's not indie music. It's definitely not indie rock. So
That's why I was like, it can't be indie rock. Like, that's not indie rock. That's
maybe
way.
I mean, maybe someone that watches this show, someone needs to clarify for us, and maybe be like, did they independently put this album out? Because if they did, that's cool. I like that. I think that's a cool thing to do.
Well, 4 times they got this award. So
Yeah,
apparently they put
I
out.
mean, maybe that's true. And if they did, I'd fucking respect the hell out of that. That's cool.
Well, the way I look at this band is like Black Licorice. It's Black Licorice. It's awesome for Licorice. It's great. I don't like it, but a lot of people do. And it kills. I mean, I'm not saying they're probably better than Black Licorice, but my point is like, I don't like the taste. That sure as shit doesn't mean that other people aren't into Black Licorice. You know what I mean? And that's how I look at it. I'm like, yeah, I would have listened to that 20 years ago and I was pissed off and full of piss and vinegar, but I'm just not.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't want to be that worked out. or that worked up. And then also, I feel like this shit mixes really well with country, like new country. I feel like a lot of people who listen to this also listen to new country because you get fired up and then you got to cry. And so it's like you got to do both. You got to put them both together. You know, I have other music that makes me do that, but I just know that it comes with a pickup truck, you know, country music. You know, it's like you switch them out, and that's cool. But I'm not into that either. So I just
Right.
feel like it's a niche that I fell out of a while
Well,
ago.
see,
It's not.
yeah, I mean, I love old country, and I do like aggressive music. I mean, that's my staple, is metal.
Oh hell yeah.
But like, it's a different kind. It's
Well,
different.
and picture this too, if you will. If you are like a big like Five Finger Death Punch fan, or you go to these like Rock on the Range and all that like head like rock shows, you know, that kind of thing, which I've done. Like that's cool. It is. But I like to be like in smaller venues. Like I like when I see the Melvins, like it's a smaller venue. You're
Yeah.
closer. You're
Yeah.
more intimate. And like you can't get that with a band like this. They're fucking huge. You're never gonna, unless you wear a diaper to a show, you're never gonna get close to the fucking stage. You know, you have to piss yourself all day long. And I get that. And when I started listening to music, I was into bands like this, and I went to shows like that. But now I'm like, yeah, it's different. There's other bands out there to support, but
Sure.
these guys aren't. They're not bad, but it's not something I'll
Yeah.
seek out to listen to again.
I think that's my takeaway of it too. I think that I think is a good thing to mention about them is they've been around since 2005.
Yeah,
So 16 years, they're like selling out stadiums. I think I read their second album, they sold 1 million copies, over 1 million
yeah,
copies.
right. Their first album sold 500,000. Like,
Yeah,
not bad.
yeah. And then
Right.
the second one was over 1 million. So they're doing something right. I don't hate them. It's not my cup
No,
of tea. And I don't. Maybe I'm wrong about thinking that they are pandering to like the military and stuff. I get it. You got to have your own your thing, and I hate to bring it up again, but it it bothers me when people pander.
well, let me say this. I'll extend an olive branch out to them.
Yeah.
They're from Vegas, and
Mhm.
in Vegas, especially since 2005, there's been a big ass military presence there because they started switching everyone from fighter jets to drone pilots. And guess what? That's where most of the drone pilots are, right there in
Okay.
Vegas. So
Okay.
they probably did meet their bread and butter right there. They may be fucking former military. I honestly don't know.
I was just gonna say that I could see the singer being you know being a vet. I could see him.
Right. And if that's who you are, then fucking right on. And you have a huge audience to pull from. And obviously, I mean, you wear the American flag, you flip people the fucking bird, you talk about shit that pisses everybody off. That's what those lyrics are. I mean, that the lyrics are common. I was like, yeah, I totally get it. I'm not against anything. This is, yeah, just not my cup of tea. I don't like tea. But
Yeah. See, and then that's the thing is like, if you want to appeal to people in the military, that's cool. I don't have anything against people in the military. I think we need a military. I think, I think that shit's important. I just when it's right there and there's commercials of soldiers, and then you hear
right.
a band, and to me it's cringy. That's all, I
Well,
guess.
it's commercial. Like to me, it
Yeah.
was just like this is very. They're so fucking, and that's how you get big. That's the only thing. Like that's what you and I are basically saying is we don't like how commercial it is, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, but we're fucking gazillionaires. And if the Melvins went commercial, I don't know if that. It's kind of like what happened in Nirvana. It was just like, but Nirvana really didn't want it. You know what I mean? They're like, we really just want to open for the Melvins. Like that was our dream. We just want to tour with them. We don't
Yeah.
want this shit. They didn't want it at all, but they rolled with it, And I think these guys are like, no, we're gonna fucking own it. But they've only held on to they only held on to the lead singer and the bass player, I believe. Like so
No, the
whoever's
bass player.
writing the music, correct me if I'm wrong, but the lead singer's original, from what I tried to understand on
Yeah,
the.
I saw that the bass player has only been there since 2011.
Right. It seemed like the whole band kind of rotated out,
Yeah, I think so.
except for the lead singer, if I'm correct. I
Mhm.
reread it twice, and I think I got it right. I think the lead singer's been there the whole time. Is that right?
I think so. No, I
Right.
think it's the lead singer is definitely an original member. I saw that the one of the guitar players and the drummer who are on this album, I think, are not in the band anymore.
Right. So I mean, whoever, if it's the lead singer that is the band, if you know, the one who
Hmm.
writes all the fucking music and everything, he hit a vein. He struck gold. I
And
mean,
you know,
holy shit. 6 gold records in a row, 3 went platinum. That's huge for music that I don't pay attention to.
and see that's the thing is I gotta also stop myself and be like, yeah, I don't like pandering, but also like I gotta, if I had a chance to make fucking boatloads of money, would I do it? Would I do
Everybody.
that? Would I find my vein? Would I exploit something? I don't know. Maybe. More than likely.
The whole
So
thing is like that everybody says it's either this or go back to your fucking day job.
so yeah, and that's the thing is like,
So,
I don't know, like they're cool. They got their audience. They got the people that like them. What I could see is that this new album was a fucking hit for people
right.
that like this band. So more power to them. And yeah, fucking
Yeah. That was the newest album from, that's our opinion on the newest album from Five Finger Death Punch.
yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks for
honestly, thanks for submitting it because we had, something to fucking talk about.
yeah, and see
Different side of the coin here.
that's the thing. Whoever like people that submitted this and the person that did and the people that like this, even though it's not our cup of tea, you provoked a conversation. You
Yes.
provoked content for you to watch and other people. So thank you for doing that. And doesn't mean we hate it. It just means, I I like vanilla. Someone likes strawberry. Whatever.
Hey, we've offered up over 50 bands, and I'm pretty sure that those of people who have listened to them, I'm sure they didn't all strike gold for them. Like we've had, like that's why I said we don't mind listening to other stuff. You see what we listen to. We're pretty, broad in that
Yeah,
regard. But
and we also don't like you know everything the same.
oh
But,
no, no, and no, absolutely not. No, that's what's funny in between. But we're honest, but we're not. The whole point is like I'm not trying to like be a dick about it or anything. Like, hey, awesome. I mean, I honestly, like I said, the album's not terrible. I listened to the whole thing. It's just not for me. And that's all there. I'm not gonna listen. I'm probably not gonna listen to that again, but I respect the shit out of it. I used to listen to Mudvayne all the time. There's a couple songs I probably would still like, but I haven't listened to that shit in over 10 years. I'm just not there now. I'm listening. Here's the truth. I was singing Patches today at the gym out loud. Patches, I'm depending on you, son. At the end of my workout, and the kid next to me, I realized he didn't have headphones in. He was fucking dying. He never heard of that shit. He's like 19. He didn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like, who's Clarence Carter? Who the fuck is Patches? I'm depending on you, son. I'm 40 years old. I'm dying soon, man. I'm grabbing on anything I can. I'm hugging memories. It's almost done. I just get tired of it. I'm not mad anymore. That's what that music is. It's like fucking raw. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it.
yeah, and that's the thing. Is like for me, that music doesn't get me mad. And we've talked about this. It's a broken record at this point for me. Like metal does not make me mad. Metal is Mozart to me. Metal's
Right.
fucking, you know, it's fucking. That's what I listen to. Like when I close my laptop and we hang up, probably gonna put on some fucking brutal ass metal and just hang out. That's to me, it's like what I listen to. It's just I'm not like I'm just like yeah. I'll go I'll go fucking vacuum or something. I don't know.
And now a couple pages of Hawthorne.
Yeah,
Reading poetry, listening to metal, whatever.
yeah.
Do we have one thing I realized we did? Do we have a suggestion for next week?
No one suggested anything. I could pull something out, but it's technically your turn.
Okay. That makes it easy. Shit. Well, not really. I didn't think of it. Have we? I think we've already done it. Have we done a Queens of the Stone Age record?
I don't think so.
Okay. Quit the album this week. Then for next week is Queens of the Stone Age, rated R.
Rated R. Got it.
It's got one of my favorite fucking songs in the opener. Ah, nicotine, Valium, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol.
We've done that.
Fuck, did we?
Yeah, I'm remembering it.
All right, well, we're not doing that. Shit.
If we find out that we haven't done it, we'll do it. But I'm pretty sure we did it.
Ah. Let's pick something together on the fly. Can we? Me and you?
Like say
Like,
say
no,
something.
like right now. I mean, like, let's agree on something right now. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry, kids, you caught us with our pants down. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
We talked about AC/DC. Have we covered any of their records yet?
No, we haven't.
How about AC/DC's? Isn't it Back in Black? Is that?
Sure. Yeah.
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 Okay. There it is. We're gonna cover AC/DC, Back in Black. There's some traditional fucking rock and roll for you.
Oh yeah. I'm just
Really a
double
fun
checking.
record.
Yeah, Back in Black.
Yep.
All right, Back in Black is the album, baby.
And so-
AC/DC.
Awesome. Well, that concludes this week's show. Like, follow, subscribe, do all that cool shit you've been doing. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
We know viewership's gonna go down because you're gonna be at the beach and at the shore, you know, making it stink up with dog shit. So you know, we understand, but thanks for watching anyway when you can.
And
Enjoy yourselves.
And comment, and always if you got an album for us to listen to, please do. And also listen to the music that we review if you want, and then tell us your review in the comment about whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like if you're
Love
like,
feedback.
oh, I love this AC/DC album. I love Back in Black. Give us your short review about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're interested, you got a few minutes, you want to throw your hat in the ring with an opinion, please do.
Hell yeah.
I'm
That
down.
being said, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Gotcha. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.